Hello and welcome to Gettin Reel here on Fullerton College Television. I'm Marc Catipay, and today I'd like to welcome Miss Amy Wallman, the Corporate Relations Manager from Outfest. Amy, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us, what is Outfest?
Outfest is a 501c3 nonprofit. We're an arts organization that focuses on supporting change through LGBTQ works of art.
Well, that's pretty awesome. How did Outfest come about?
Well, we're celebrating our 35th anniversary this year, and we were started by a group of young students at UCLA who wanted a platform to screen LGBTQ films.
So what are some events that Outfest organizes or participates in?
So Outfest has a few events that we do annually. Our biggest, most well-known event is our 2-week film festival in July. We host it at the Directors Guild of America on Sunset.
Oh, wow.
And we have around 175 films that we screen and around 40,000 people that attend. We also do a 1-week film festival in March called our LGBT People of Color Film Festival. And then we host a couple gala events and fundraisers. Some of the money that we raise goes towards supporting our LGBTQ archive, the only archive in the world dedicated to queer film. And we have around 36,000 works. And then we also have an education program where we mentor youth in filmmaking. We have a screenwriting lab, and we connect young filmmakers with industry mentors.
So how are some ways that people can get involved with Outfest?
There are many ways that you can get involved with Outfest. You could become a volunteer and tear tickets at our theaters. You can become a member. We have student membership starting at $50 a year. Or you can submit your work as an artist.
So as a corporate relations manager, what does your day look like?
Most of the time I have a pretty regular 9-to-5 job. But on events, days of events or during the festival, I work around 60 hours a week, 3 weeks straight. So, but it's very, very fun and super rewarding.
You know, if you mind if I ask, how much does it pay?
It pays probably not as much as you would think it would pay, but honestly, the benefits of meeting other artists and working with the community outweigh everything else.
Wow. So what is the best part of your job?
The best part of my job is meeting up-and-coming queer filmmakers and watching them grow from making their first short film to seeing their first feature premiere and then seeing their second feature go on to premiere at Sundance and then come to Outfest.
That is very impressive. Do you have any works that have been featured?
Yeah, so I have a degree in film, and my thesis film from film school screened at Outfest in 2014, and it's called Mockingbird Sings.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
If I may ask, what that was about?
Yeah, so my short film was about 2 women who are married who get pregnant and suffer a miscarriage, and about how they learn to work together to get through their grief.
Wow. We'll have a little bit more with Amy Wallman in a little bit. Right now, we have a couple of words from our sponsor. A little bit more from our sponsor. But yeah, it's been nice talking so far.
Thank you.
And when we return, we'll have more on her life and her job. We are back with Outfest's Amy Wallman. She is the corporate relations manager for that organization. And we talked a little bit earlier about parts of her job that she liked. Now we're going to go into like a little bit deep. As a woman in the industry, what challenges have you faced?
Well, I think that in the film industry or the entertainment industry in general, just like any other industry, women face many of the same impediments, and that is trying to get their voices heard and to be considered on the same level as their many times cis, white, straight male counterparts. And even in the queer community, women, but especially women of color, are still having to jump through a lot more hoops than men,
Right.
Especially if they're trans.
Oh, of course. And if I may ask, what are the, like, so far the organization, what does it, like, what is the organization comprised of, as in personnel-wise?
So we have a really small staff. We are a $3 million organization, which sounds like a lot. But really in nonprofit world, especially in event production, it isn't much. We have around 9 year-round staff members, and then we hire some seasonal staff for the summer. So we end up being around 35 people with about 300 volunteers who put on these gigantic events.
Wow.
It's pretty impressive at the end of the day.
Well, they still get the job done,
Yeah.
despite not many people.
It's amazing how a community can come together to build something so beautiful.
Wow. So as a filmmaker, what do you enjoy most?
Well, I think, you know, what I really love, although my job is very corporate, you know, I raise money for the organization by working with companies like HBO and Showtime.
Wow.
But at the end of the day, I really love being an artist who gets to support other artists and allowing them to have a platform to have their voice be heard. Whether that's getting a mentorship with another screenwriter on a television show, whether that's a 16-year-old kid who's never written a film before and gets to partner with amazing filmmakers like Alan Poole. These sorts of things are really, really special. Now,
I heard you mention HBO and Showtime. How are you able to get them on board with your organization?
Well, you know, since marriage equality passed, especially the last few years, it has been a lot easier to work with corporations to have them come on board and support what we're doing. HBO has been a long-time supporter. They've been supporting the festival for 20 years.
Wow.
But then there's some new people that are just starting to realize how important the LGBTQ community's voice is in the world. And, you know, money talks. So we are a huge community with a lot of resources, and we're very brand loyal. And so a lot of these studios and companies realize that.
Wow. So just wondering about, because we're quickly running out of time, do you mind quickly going about your journey with your position?
Yeah, so I started as a volunteer when I was in film school. I wanted to learn about the organization. And then I got hired right after film school as a corporate manager, and I've been there ever since.
Wow. Well, we're starting to close up on our time. So thank you again, Ms. Amy Wallman, for joining us on the show today. It's been a very, very nice insight on your organization and even some insight on the LGBT community.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, anytime. Well, once again, thank you, Amy, and sharing your Outfest story and your wise words. You inspire the future and current filmmakers everywhere. This has been Gettin hottest new talk show. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time. Take care.